Hey, it's Jen. So you may be familiar that one of the very first things we do in network marketing is we come up with a whole list of people that we know. And what we do with that list is we begin to contact all of the friends and family, acquaintances, anyone in a warm market, essentially. And on its surface, it seems like it's very simple because we're always in contact with people. We're always talking to people at school, at work, at family gatherings. The only thing is that when we know we're trying to approach people to possibly like buy a product or sign up for a service or to join an opportunity, it can get very, very awkward. It's almost as if you have an ulterior motive with relating to people. And frankly, it doesn't sit very well. It doesn't feel very good. So, what I'd like to go over with you right now is how to make that contacting phase like more seamless, more organic, much more natural, not as awkward. Now, don't get me wrong, there will still be some nervousness on your part because you're doing something you've never done before, or maybe you're reapproaching someone and you have to do it in a different way this time around. So there's a little bit of uncomfortableness because you're getting out of your comfort zone, and that's a really good thing. There's a difference though between feeling uncomfortable by doing something that's going to expand, your business experience, and there's a difference between that and like just feeling like a sleazy salesperson. And the latter, you just don't really want that energy in you when you're contacting people. So the first tip that I really want to convey to you is that you must establish rapport with your prospect. And what that means is get to know what's really going on in your prospect's life. What's going on with their family, what's going on with their job. Do they have enough time to do what they really want to do with their lives, right? So you'll be really surprised. Like you may have a friend that seems like they have it all, may have like a really nice lifestyle, but you find that they're living paycheck to paycheck. Or you may have like another friend who you find out through whatever circumstances are just really unhappy with their job and they need a different, avenue in life. So it's just those different things. You just want to find out what's going on. And the way that you do that is you really build your listening skills first. And the second thing is to ask really good questions. What I recommend for people to do is in your everyday regular environment is you're keeping your ears open. You're listening to people's situations. You're listening for someone who probably needs a little bit more extra income to pay down debt. You're listening because one of your coworkers is a mom who wants like extra money to afford like extracurricular activities for their children. These are the things that you're looking for. So that's one of the tips I'd like to share with you. And this brings me to the second tip is that you must raise your awareness. It's really interesting once you start opening your eyes and your ears and opening yourself up to people around you, becoming a little bit more social, you'll start learning that there's a lot of people that will need what you have. Either it's your product or your service or your opportunity or both. You're going to find that you will be at service to other people the more you listen and the more you're aware of your surroundings. So the key concept here is that what you have in terms of a product, a service, your opportunity must match the needs and the desires of your prospect. That's what you're trying to do. And you really can't force this. If you're talking to someone and let's just say they have like an incredibly negative perspective on network marketing, or let's just say they're very negative people in general, they may not be the very first people that you're going to contact. They're not going to be your priority. But let's just say someone who actually has entrepreneurial aspirations, someone who's open to new ideas. That would be the person that you want to prioritize to contact and sit down and present to them what you have. So there is a question I want to pose to you. Who do you want to be known as? Do you want to be known as that person that constantly pitches opportunities to other people at family gatherings? Or do you want to be the go-to person as a resource person for, let's say, how to pay off debt or how to lose weight or how to look younger. You see, there's really a difference there, isn't it? And the difference is that you choose to have the reputation of bringing value to people, right? Not just a request to look at something that you have, but a real value to adding value to people's lives by meeting their needs. So, and I just have to say that, let's just say one of your friends or an acquaintance needs to make extra income to make ends meet for their bills, then you need to be able to show them exactly how to do that when you meet with that person, right? So, because we're not here to exploit people's pain either by making them false promises. You have to be able to show a person by doing a certain amount of activity, by using a product and sharing it, or using a service and sharing it, that this is the possibility of making the type of income that you need, that you're looking for, essentially. So again, there's a fine line. If you know what a person's need is, or you know what their pain is, but you don't want to also manipulate that pain. You want to be able to help that person, like genuinely help that person. So I just wanted to end this video with like two concepts I wanted to present to you. And if you are familiar with Stephen Covey, you'll be very familiar with this. The two concepts are having the end in mind, number one. Number two is fast is slow, and slow is fast with people. Having the end in mind essentially is what I had asked you earlier. How do you want to be perceived by your war market? How do you want to be known as? And you have to ask yourself that. Again, who would you be more drawn to? Would it be the pitcher, or would it be the resource provider? So that's the first concept. The second concept is fast is slow and slow is fast with people. And essentially what it means is when you really take your time to get to know people and you really cultivate that relationship, it will move your business forward. Again, going back to people skills, it will move your business forward. Referrals, expanding your network. But when you're fast with people, when you don't take the time, when you're rushing with people, people will sense that in you. They're going to feel that you don't really have their interest in mind, that you're just there to like pitch something at them. So remember that concept, and if you haven't read Stephen Covey's material, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, we highly recommend that you do. It's integral to your personal development in business as well. So we hope that you found this content really valuable, and if there's anything else that you would like us to cover, if anything you're struggling with, just leave a comment below. Your input is greatly appreciated, and I'll talk to you soon.